Hello, everyone. I think we can start. It's time to begin. I am very happy to welcome all the participants of our event organized to connect Ukrainian and German renewable energy companies to present business opportunities from the decentralized renewable energy and water supply sector. I would like to thank the German Renewable Energy Federation and Global 100% Renewable Energy Ukraine for hosting this event. I would also like to thank the Business Scouts for Development program, which is acting on behalf of the Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development for financing this event, including the presentations and videos of Ukrainian companies who will be pitching their business cases after the welcome notes. So I am pleased to introduce you our first speaker, Ms. Dr. Claudius da Costa Gomes. Dr. Claudius da Costa Gomes is a managing director of German Renewable Energy Federation and the chief executive officer of the German Biogas Association since 2000 year. So, Dr. Claudius, the floor is yours. Dr. Claudius?
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. I'm very happy to have the chance to speak some words to you. As umbrella organization for the renewable energy sector in Germany, the BEE bundles the interest of 50 associations, organizations, and companies with 30,000 individual members, including more than 5,000 companies. Our goal: 100% renewable energy in the areas electricity, heat, and mobility. On behalf of BEE and the member associations, I would like to thank our speakers and partner associations from Ukraine, Mr. Alexander Dombrovsky, Chairman of the Board, Global 100% Renewable Energy Ukraine, Mrs. Irina Shum, Consulate General of Ukraine in Düsseldorf, Mr. Artem Zemenissim, CEO of the Solar Energy Association of Ukraine, and Mr. Alexander Dyachenko, CEO of Repower Ukraine Foundation. I would also like to thank the representative of the Ministry from Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, Mr. Benjamin Knödler, Head of Private Sector Cooperation for BMZ's support with many programs and initiatives to ensure basic needs such as energy and water of people in Ukraine. Unfortunately, Mr. Knödler cannot join us today because of an illness. As part of its private sector cooperation activities and through the Business Scouts for Development program, BMZ has also supported our first activities to meet our partner associations a few weeks ago in Berlin and to discuss ways and possibilities for current activities and potential cooperation during the phase of rebuilding Ukraine. BEE started this official cooperation with the Ukrainian Renewable Energy Association this year, and we are planning to sign a memorandum of understanding this week at the Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue to frame our cooperation and identify targets and goals. We hope this will be the start of a long-lasting partnership. We also want to support our Ukrainian partners during the time of the war and also in its aftermath to rebuild the Ukrainian energy system in a green, sustainable, and more reliable form towards 100% renewable energy. We are happy to organize this event today as it's one of the first joint activities between BEE and the Ukrainian partner associations. The Russian attacker hits the energy sector in Ukraine hard. Also, the renewable energy sector and Ukraine has been affected seriously. Renewable energy power plants have been damaged or are out of service as they cannot be operated and maintained. Energy and water supply, especially in the affected areas, is often not available. Involving the renewable energy sector in an early stage and in emergency response also has long-lasting impacts. Supporting Ukraine to achieve sustainable recovery and a socially just energy transition towards 100% renewable energies. Ukrainian renewable energy companies and associations are looking for cooperation partners in Germany. Our 2 days event aims to connect Ukraine and German companies. After this keynote by our partners and BMZ, 10 companies from Ukraine and Germany will present hands-on business opportunities from a decentralized renewable energy. We invite the participating companies here today to be open for partnerships with these companies and look for ways to support the implementation of their projects. After this event, these and further business opportunities will be listed at the matchmaking platform leverist.de, which is also supported by BMZ and implemented by GIZ. Finally, Mrs. Corinna Peters from Agency for Business and Economic Development will give participants a short overview on funding and financing instruments for German companies who are interested in supporting projects in Ukraine. Thank you very much again for your participation. And I want to give the floor to our partner, Mr. Alexander Dombrovsky, Chairman of the Board, Global 100% Renewable Energy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Claudius. Thank you for your speech. Thank you for your words and support for Ukraine and renewable energy sector. And I hope together we will realize a lot of interesting projects among German and Ukrainian companies. And as you said, we invite for welcome remarks Mr. Alexander Dombrovsky, Chairman of the Board at Public Union 100% Renewable Energy Ukraine, which is engaged in the implementation of Ukraine's energy transition to 100% renewable energy. Mr. Alexander, please, you're welcome.
Good morning, dear friends, dear colleagues. It's very pleasure for me to be together with you because, in my opinion, it's very important our discussion how to develop green energy technology for recovery of Ukraine. Our umbrella association, Green Association 100 Renewable, we united the most stronger renewable association in Ukraine, like Solar Association, Wind Association, Bioenergy Association, Hydrogen Association, Energy Efficiency Association, because it's also very important for development of energy sector in Ukraine, Ecological Association. And the main goal, which I would like to say about is now the time to integrate all types of technologies, renewable technologies. Because if we will see just use one solar technology or wind technology, it's not possible to create a very comfortable and effective energy system for recovery in Ukraine. We need to understand and we need to have a very deeply knowledge and experience how to integrate different innovative energy, green energy technologies like solar, like wind, like green hydrogen, and especially how to use and integrate energy storage system, because it's very important and one of the general and main element of modern energy system. I believe that green energy, and together with our colleague, green energy, it's our future, it's our philosophy, and It's our activity together with Ukrainian, our partner, and together with our German partner. Thank you very much for supporting, for together activities. We believe that we will have successful together project, and we will have a very strong economy, Ukrainian economy, and green energy system in our country. Thank you very much for supporting and for participants.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander, and we are very grateful for your great impact into development of renewable energy sector in Ukraine. Thank you very much. As Dr. Claudius told us, Mr. Benjamin Knodler unfortunately is sick, and we will send him our greetings, and we hope that he will recover as soon as possible. And we continue with welcome remarks from Irina Shum, Consulate General of Ukraine in Düsseldorf since 2021. Irina has been working at Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine since 2009 year, and she has been representing Ukraine in Germany for more than 6 years. So, Ms. Irina, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm really glad to be here to be at this event today. I'm responsible as a Consul General of Ukraine in Düsseldorf. I'm responsible for this federal state, German federal state, North Rhine-Westphalia, with the capital in Düsseldorf. I'm really glad to be here because there were some steps that the state North Rhine-Westphalia took as regard the cooperation with Ukraine, and one of them was the Memorandum of Understanding and Cooperation between the state North Rhine-Westphalia and Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, Dnipropetrovsk region of Ukraine. Renewable energy is one of the key points of this cooperation. That is the first point. The second point, on Friday, on 23rd of March, we had a big conference in the parliament of the state North Rhine-Westphalia as regards the reconstruction of Ukraine. It was the conference on the regional level, so on the level of this state, but we had more than 300 people taking part in it, and it was a really great success as regards the discussions of the framework, but also as regards connecting people that are going to take part in the reconstruction of Ukraine. The main point of this conference was actually that the reconstruction has already begun, and it is important to be in this process as soon as possible. A few words to the framework and to the situation in Ukraine as regards the reconstruction. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine brought devastating effects, significant loss of life. It's a huge loss of life in Ukraine. The second point is general destruction of infrastructure, including energy supplies, housing, hospitals, schools, and social infrastructure in general. The total cost for short-term reconstruction of Ukraine are about $140 billion US dollars. This includes 40% of housing, 30% of roads, bridges, and rail networks, and the rest is energy system. The World Bank puts the cost of reconstruction at $411 billion US dollar. Ukrainian economy significantly shrunk in this year, but it was not so much as expected. It's about 30% now. So costs of rebuilding of Ukraine will be immense. Donors, international financial institutions, and allies in the EU and G7, of course, do not obtain, as for now, enough resources to cover the costs of reconstruction. So the private sector will play a critical role in rebuilding of Ukraine. Due to this war, the global private sector is currently also not ready to invest in the reconstruction and to take the risk necessary for the reconstruction. And in this regard, our government is working with the World Bank on the insurance mechanism for private investors and small businesses. A fund created by MIGA, World Bank Agency, is expected to grow to $300 million to provide insurance for bank reserves as well as investments. Three main points to a successful reconstruction of Ukraine as regards the Ukrainian side. All reconstruction efforts must be based on the principle of build back better. As a result, we will have a modern, environmentally friendly and innovative economy. Second point, reconstruction must be linked to EU accession. Structural, institutional and governance reform must be in place, and all regulation must be aligned with the EU standards. And the third point, rebuilding of social infrastructure such as school, hospitals and housing will be a key factor to winning back Ukrainian refugees. One of the key sectors for reconstruction will be, of course, energy, because the damage of energy infrastructure is immense. So there will be a huge opportunity in this sphere also for public sector from our partners from the European Union. On this war of aggression by Russia also put in the center the point of Ukrainian energy independence. Due to this bloody war, the value of renewable energy sources has transformed from environmental to security and economic. A year ago, renewable energy sources were considered by a global community to be primarily as a tool to combat inevitable climate change and reduce carbon emissions. Today, wind, solar, bios, hydrogen energy is the key for energy security and independence of other states. Ukraine in particular is a country that has been trying to survive for 31 years of independence under constant energy blackmail and pressure from the Russian Federation. For a long time now, the availability of heat and electricity to Ukrainian consumers has been dependent on the Kremlin's decision or attractiveness of Ukrainian domestic and foreign policy to the Russian authorities. From this background, we are very well aware how important energy independence is, and Ukrainian government is keen to develop the infrastructure, to develop the reconstruction as a point with the accent on the renewable energy. And in this regard, companies from Germany will have great opportunities to take part. So I wish you a very interesting exchange today and a fruitful discussion for the fruitful cooperations with each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Irina, for your important contribution to the development of Ukrainian and German relations and attracting of German partners for joint projects for a rebuilding of Ukraine with the implementation of renewable energy sources. not only Ukraine, the whole world, as you said, understood how important is energy independence now. Not only for Ukraine, for any country, but for Ukraine especially now, it's 100% necessary. All these methods, all these actions, what we are doing all together. Thank you very much. And now we have the first presentation of the situation in solar energy in Ukraine in the times of war. And I invite Artem Semenishin, Executive Director at the Solar Energy Association of Ukraine and Senior Researcher at the National Academy of Science of Ukraine. He joined the renewable energy sphere in early 2017 year as a legal advisor to several members of parliament and governmental institutions in Ukraine. Artem, it's very pleasant for me to see you here. So the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for the floor. I would like also to say words of gratitude to BNZ, to project the Business Scouts for Development, and also, of course, to our German partners, to Renewable Energy Federation of Germany, BE, that support this event and support of green reconstruction of Ukraine. I'm so sure that today our joint efforts is the way how we can rebuild Ukraine in a better way, renovate our energy system and make it more reliable and resilient. Unfortunately, energy system was one of the targets of Russian invasion since the very first day. Around 12 to 15% of PV plants across Ukraine are damaged, destroyed, or occupied. For the wind sector, the situation is even worse, as around 80% of wind power plants are damaged, destroyed, or occupied. So that means that the share of renewable energy in Ukraine decreased, and this is our field where we should start to rebuild Ukraine, with the renovation of renewable energy and with deploying more and more new capacities that are independent, reliable, and also are providing green energy, CO2 neutral energy. Unfortunately, not only utility scale plants were targeted, as I have shown on my previous slide, but also all renewable energy capacities, industrial rooftops, residential rooftops, and we see that nevertheless the distributed generation that preserved for the time of war provided electricity for families, for communities. And that means that due to the work of PV plant, residential PV plant, people remained with power, with access to the news, with possibility to charge their phone and to talk to their relatives, dearest and nearest people. And that was one of the new outcomes of renewable energies that we experienced in Ukraine. Never before that in some occasions distributed generation became the only source for electricity for people. Recently, Energy Charter Treaty published the damage assessment report, where it stated that as of November 2022, the estimated damages to the Ukrainian energy sector, I would like to highlight this is for only to energy sector, is over 9 billion euro. And as for now, when we experienced 5 more waves of attacks aiming energy sector, this amount probably doubles. What we need to do in this case, we need to use the potential that Ukraine has, the potential to deploy new renewable capacities. Here you can see the photovoltaic power potential of Ukraine, which is really high. And if we count from north to south or from west to east, the changes are not really so much significant in the generation potential of solar power. According to estimates, potential could have been 83 gigawatts of PV capacity in Ukraine. But at the 1st of January 2022, it was deployed only 8 gigawatts, which means that we can not only rebuild the destroyed capacity that have been already sized or destroyed or damaged, but also to build 10 times more of new capacity to that Ukraine become more independent with renewable energy sources. And one of the key advantages of Ukraine is that Ukraine is a member of the European MCE system and also has common borders with the EU countries, where Ukraine could be considered as a partner, as a neighbor who can share the common goals of energy independence of the whole European Union. And last summer, it actually happened when Ukraine started commercial electricity exports to Ukraine in July, and August, September until the 10th of October, Ukraine supported Europe with electricity and helped to mitigate energy crisis that was knocking at the door last year, actually. Ukraine also has a huge potential for deployment and production of hydrogen. And now I'm talking about renewable hydrogen, which can also help Europe to fulfill the plan, Repower Europe, and also to help a country to reduce its dependence on fossil fuels, especially that are unfortunately currently are imported from aggressor. And Ukraine can also be the country who can help to achieve the climate goals and to increase the energy dependence of the European Union. What we think about recovery of Ukraine? We think that Ukrainian recovery should be based on the development of renewable energy. The renewable recovery for Ukraine is one of the key topics that have been highlighted by President of Ukraine, by Minister of Energy of Ukraine at the Lugano conference, recovery conference that was in July 2022. What does it mean for Ukraine? For Ukraine, it means that we will start energy transition from energy system which have been at least half damaged and destroyed to new, advanced and more flexible energy system based on the principles of the decentralized energy production and consumption at the same time. And when we set up the renewable as a core value of this energy transition, we understand that also Ukraine, which is also unfortunately very energy dependent now, could also shift to a more stable and independent state of play for energy. For this, we need to set up more and more microgrids that are resilient to attacks on centralized energy system and deploy, except of PV, wind, bio, hydrogen facilities, production facilities, also a huge amount of energy storages to balance the system. In this case, if we multiply the capacities, renewable capacities, and use this as a core of a reconstruction of Ukraine, we can achieve our climate goals, do the decarbonization of energy system, do the coal phase out by 2035, as it is currently our international obligations, and as well to achieve 100% renewables. And this is this could be achievable in 30 years to our understanding. But what we need to do it is one very important thing. This is unity, solidarity. And I would like to finish my presentation that Ukraine is all for one and one for all. We now face the defense of European values, and at the same time we need your help to rebuild our country in the best possible way. If Ukraine will be this country that has a very strong energy system, strong economics, this will be really full stop for further intentions of Russia to occupy our country. Thank you so much. This is also a picture of recently liberated territories of Ukraine, where you can see a PV plant that have been joining the Ukrainian energy system again. And I understand that we need to unite our efforts, not only for energy reconstruction, but also for humanitarian efforts to support people who are in need. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Artem. Thank you for a very interesting and very important presentation. Thank you for your impact and everything you are doing for development of solar energy sector in Ukraine. And a special thanks a lot for active participation in organizing of this event, together with Mr. Ahmad Sadid, with Matthias Brandt, with us. Thank you very much for your active part in all this preparation and organization. Thank you very much. Now, the next presentation is from Yulia Tsukanova, Deputy Director of Repower Ukraine Charitable Foundation, and we have a presentation about charitable initiatives aimed to resolve energy poverty in Ukraine. So, Ms. Yulia, you are welcome.
Good day, dear ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank to all of you for all of the support we have from the world, from you, in this vile and barbaric war. February 24th, 2022 is the day that changed us and the whole world forever. Before this date, I cared about my 3 kids living my maternity lively. Now I care about how many lives can be saved with just 1 kilowatt of energy. These days, this question doesn't seem metaphorical for us. It is life-determining, physically tangible. Our charitable foundation is in charge with the help to the hospitals and prenatal centers, emergency equipment for field hospitals, solar-led street lighting, and sustainable solar installation for education and employment for internally displaced persons. We are the team, the team of our fund are specialists of Ukrainian green energy market. So our front is the energy and the assistance where each kilowatt is of critical and life-defining importance. We were established in 2022. We work with local municipalities and ministries of Ukraine on verified requests. Our core principles: sustainable development, renewable energy sources. We are focusing on critical social institutions and municipal infrastructures. One moment. Now, one of the most important projects we have, it is the help for Kyiv Regional Prenatal Center. And we invite to join us and to support this project that defends the life of innocent little babies and the future itself. It is the project of building a rooftop solar plant with a capacity of 21.6 kilowatts and a battery with a capacity of 12.4 kilowatts per hour. Constant electricity power will be for reanimation department and childbirth intensive care department. This is one of the most important projects, especially for me, because I'm a mother of 3 kids and I understand how important it is. Blackouts causes the damages of the life supporting equipment for premature babies, where every second without electrics is a threat to life itself, where the price of each kilowatt is a child's life and our future. So please stay with us and help. In addition to this, we help also about donating equipment, and you can help also about donating equipment that will solve a lot of problems in providing stable and autonomous energy to both hospitals and mobile surgical teams that perform the most complex operations in the field circumstances, very often without electricity, under the light of flashlights and mobile phones. And this is our reality. This is our constant needs, voltage regulators that help to avoid the effect of gap of the voltage gap, the UPS that can support the kids equipment, the equipment for kids, solar modules, solar power kits and water pumps, solar chargers, everything is of great importance. I have so many words to say about how we live and fight, about how important that we are not alone and have this help and support. But unfortunately, I have only 5 minutes. So more information about our project, about what have been done by our team, and we implemented 11 projects already to the hospitals and to mobile surgical groups. You can find on our website, PayPal, and all the information is here, please. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Ms. Julia. Thank you very much for this presentation. And because I'm a mother also, and for me it's very, very near to my heart. So I wish you that all your initiatives will be realized soon, and we will repower Ukraine, and we will repower our hospitals and whatever we need to do now. Thank you very much. And we continue. And now I would like to give the floor to my colleague, Mr. David Trayford, who will present to you videos from Ukrainian companies. We would like to ask everyone who is interested in further communication with Ukrainian enterprises to write their contacts in the chat. Company name, email, phone. After the event, we will provide contacts to Ukrainian companies for further direct communications. And several words about Mr. David Trayford. Mr. David is a mentor, coach, trainer, communicator. He is based in London. He created a communicational system that helps everyone to express their ideas simply and clearly. David worked in projects of TEDx, Summit of Minds, OTP Bank, and many others. Dear friends, please note that short presentation of the companies in PDF format will be available in the chat, and you can download this presentation from there. Mr. David, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Larissa. And to be slightly more accurate, I am based sometimes in London, usually in one of the many countries that are actually bordering Ukraine. So I saw firsthand the sad situation last year with the refugees. We've had a pretty intense last week or so preparing the videos you're going to see. As you can imagine, hearing the information from the past speakers and the news, some of the situations have been erratic in terms of electricity supplies, but nevertheless, if you have any hesitation about contacting any of the companies, I can guarantee you the work ethic in very difficult times of the teams that you're going to now see the videos of. We have, the format will be, you'll see a short video, and then I'll do a quick question, maybe two, with somebody from the team. Again, depending on the circumstances, language skills, internet connection from all sides, that may be a surprise to me who that person might be, but that's really all it is. So they've worked really hard. We don't just have energy companies. We have companies who are looking for regular, secure energy supplies as well. Most of my questions will be as simple as, what do you really need now or first? But that's about all. Again, I can totally guarantee the work ethic of everybody here in, as you can know and understand, quite difficult circumstances. So the first video comes from the company Green Systems. Soon.
Green System is an expert in the construction of solar power plants and energy storage systems.
Our aim is to find a European partner company with which we can build renewable energy facilities in Ukraine and Europe. Our team of qualified engineers is engaged in solving problems of energy saving and alternative energy supply for enterprises, farms and private households of Ukraine. Since 2012, the company has built more than 300 solar power plants, from large 12 megawatts industrial solar power plants to small 5 kilowatts solar power plants for private households. Green system specialists are learning new technologies, visiting advanced trainings and seminars of new products from world leaders in the industry. We are looking for a new experience in the European renewable energy market. One of the areas of green system is the production of energy storage systems for solar power plants and high-capacity power banks. Such energy storage systems are an engineering development of our company and are assembled in our own production. Our company plans to produce products for the European market that can replace Chinese electronics manufacturers. A new direction of Green Systems company is sale and maintenance of electric vehicles. The company's own technical service station allows solving all customer requests regarding the repair and modernization of electric vehicles. A separate direction of the Green System company is the production of batteries for electric cars, Nissan Leaf, Renault Kangoo, Nissan NV200 and Renault Zoe. These batteries are developed by Green System engineers. The traction battery from Green System allows the owner of an electric vehicle to increase the power reserve by 3 times. Green System has the necessary material and technical base, scientific potential, experience and qualified personnel for joint projects with European companies.
And I hope, Alex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, thanks for the video and well done on the business and keeping things going. Tell me, the solar power plants, what kind of time frame to pay back the investment of one of yours?
Thank you for your question. The payback period for a solar power plant will be about 4 years at the current cost of electricity. It is about 50 euro cents now.
Okay, got you. And I'm very intrigued, given the push of most governments to move people into buying electric cars. So a brief word or two. So you have batteries all ready to go to install in existing cars to boost their range?
Our company has developed a battery for Renault Nissan Group electric cars that allows it increase its range from 120 to 350 kilometers, which makes the electric car comfortable to drive between cities.
Are they available right now?
Yes, right now.
Okay, I think that's going to have a lot of interest for a lot of people. Okay, thanks very much for the hard work I know you did on the video, and thanks for answering the questions. Thanks a lot. We'll move on to the next company. Again, we don't just have energy companies, as I said in my introduction. So next, we will hear from TK Style.
At TK Stahl, we pride ourselves on our strong track record of working with international brands such as Marc Jacobs, Isabel Marant, Sandro, Kate Spade, Tory Burch, and many others. Our high-quality clothing precisely meets the needs of each brand. Are you a leader in renewable energy technology? Are you committed to helping businesses reduce their carbon footprint? TK Stahl is looking for a reliable and innovative partner or supplier to help us achieve our sustainability goals. TK Stahl is part of a group of companies Textile Contact. TK Stahl specialize in high-quality men's and women's clothing, including shoulder and waistwear, outerwear, and corporate clothing. Each product is made to our clients' exact specifications. We take pride in fulfilling complex and intricate orders with a high level of craftsmanship and attention to detail. We're always striving to improve our production technology and upgrade our employees' skills to ensure the highest level of quality. But we know that we need to do more to reduce our carbon footprint and promote sustainability in our industry. That's why we're looking for a partner who shares our values and is committed to reducing energy consumption. Whether you're involved in solar power, wind energy, or any other renewable energy technology, we want to hear from you. Join us in our journey towards a more sustainable future. Together we can make a positive impact on the world.
Okay, now we just pause the next video. I believe Daria?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey.
Hi. Where are you? I don't see you yet, but maybe somebody else does. Okay, so you're working with these big brands. How's things been in terms of being able to continue working, but most importantly, what really would be the most useful partner, supplier, etc., that you could use as soon as possible?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, we didn't stop working. Maybe in the beginning it was a bit of a struggle, but then our partners have been with us around like 12 years and more. So we are working since the post-study non-stop. And yeah, and regarding their partner, as a manufacturer for us, gonna be a massive difference to finding a partner who can help us to secure financial options such as grants, subsidies, or loans currently, and to support our sustainable energy project. We've been working within this project since 2012. So yeah, so we've been working before the war towards sustainability because it's so important for our luxury segment clients. So yeah, that's why we are looking for now like partner in a sustainable energy field or clean energy renewable field.
So you've with your what you have existing, you've got the things ready to kind of plug in something that comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you heard from one of earlier speakers, there does seem to be some World Bank insurance for money coming along as well. So hopefully that will enable you. But for everybody listening, especially in Germany, as you heard, they've managed to work all the way through the war. So well done for that as well. Daria, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and next, yes.
Give me 10 seconds, please. I would like just to remember that, dear friends, please note this short presentation of the companies in PDF format are available in the chat. We download after the video a brief presentation with all details and with the contacts. Please, you can download from the chat this presentation and have all details in your computer about the company which just we saw a video. Thank you very much.
Larissa, as always, is doing a very good job of reading my mind, because that was going to be one of the next things I was going to say. And obviously, as you heard at the beginning, there's more information on Leverest as well. We haven't worked so hard the last 2 weeks just to entertain you all for the next hour or so. There's some content that's going to be valuable for a longer time than that. Okay, if we now can run the next video from Sunrise, please.
Our company, the concern Sunrise, was founded in 2000. Initially, the company was engaged in construction and production activities, and later, after the crisis in Ukraine, it focused on bioenergy. The company began growing energy crops such as energy willow and poplar. Having scientists in the company and partners in scientific institutions, we studied the energy potential of Ukraine and found about 10 million hectares of land that are not used in agriculture. And with the help of our technology, we can annually provide the energy equivalent of about 100 billion cubic meters of natural gas in the form of biomethane or electrical and thermal energy. The second source of energy which we paid attention to is the presence in Ukraine of a large amount of household waste. About 94 million tons of such waste are generated annually, and it will also provide energy in the equivalent of more than 100 billion cubic meters of natural gas. This is possible with our partner, the German company Inter Engineering, with its patented environmentally friendly technology for the disposal of unsorted household waste. Our program includes the construction of power plants using biomass and household waste in settlements where household waste is generated. And within a radius of 50 kilometers, we will grow biomass on free land and protective forest strips. According to preliminary calculations, there should be about 400 such power plants with a capacity from 30 megawatts of total capacity to 300 megawatts. We plan to sell biomethane or electricity and heat to consumers in Ukraine, or sell biomethane and electricity to EU countries. The project takes from 1 to max 1.5 years. For growing biomass, there is all agricultural equipment for one project. There is land on which biomass grows. There is a plot of land for the construction of a power plant. What is our uniqueness? Why is our project as necessary as air for the modern world? It is large-scale and global necessary for Ukraine and Europe as an exceptional opportunity to combine all the existing developments of Ukraine in the field of energy and ecology. The concept of the project provides for the production of alternative energy and waste disposal, solving the problems of environmental pollution and helping to reduce the impact on the global climate change. This is already a new stage in transition to conformity with the European concept of life. This is an opportunity to enter the EU market with new ergonomic products that we all need.
Cool care.
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. That will be the next one. Now, for Sunrise, I believe we're going to go over to Janina.
Yes.
Hi, there you are.
I'm at home right now, but I help online.
Yeah, we're hearing you kind of okay. Someone needs to mute a microphone if you wouldn't mind. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, maybe everybody else is as well. So you've got identified the land. There is a request, understandably, there for investment. What really would you initially want to use or need that investment for? We're not hearing you, Janina. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay. Oh, right now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, the first investments we need for the start of producing, for some equipment and foundation construction and for commission works. And the most important partners for us, first of all, for investments and for protection of investments, and someone who can help us with sales of biogas and electricity to the European countries.
Okay, so in the video you said there was equipment for one project already.
Mm-hmm.
The land, Do you own that? Do you need to buy it? Do you need to lease it, or all sorts of options?
So we have agreement about the land, and it's not the most important for us right now because the situation is renting of land in Ukraine is much more maybe comfortable than in Europe, and it will be much more less price if to rent from the beginning. And of course, we have different documents and we have different equipments for the starting. And sure, we find more and more partners in Ukraine and Europe for just for the starting of this production. And we are sure it's global and it's amazing project.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. And as we've said, after most of the other presentations, all information is available and will be continually after this. Thank you, Janina. Thank you very much. She's translating on behalf of the CEO, Gennady, who I've also had some great conversations with. Next, we have Tuklia from the Kiev Social Service. Soon. I hope.
Independence makes you strong, and this war in Ukraine has already proved that energy independence has to be the top priority. My name is Mykola Dmitriev, and I am Commercial Director of Electrim 2000. Right before the war, one of the projects that our company planned was the construction of the solar power plants on the rooftops of industrial enterprises. We installed a solar panel on the roof of own enterprise and already experienced the benefits of its usage. Our company is located in the city of Mykolaiv, in the southern part of Ukraine. Air bombing and artillery shelling destroyed the infrastructure in the city a lot. Electrim 2000 was one of the few enterprises which didn't completely stop its activity. The operating rooftop solar power plant allowed us to continue working in the long hours of blackouts. It is the right time to realize our rooftop solar power plants project with the involvement of European companies that are ready to participate with financing, technologies and equipment. Engineers of Electrim 2000 will provide the turnkey solutions how to efficiently arrange the solar panels, and the electric workers will ensure the appropriate installation and maintenance services. We are actively developing solar project for 5 years. Electrim 2000 was founded in 1997. The company became the first in Ukraine certified partner of the French company Schneider Electric. We do designing and engineering works. We produce transformer substations, low and middle voltage switchgears. Electrim 2000 has own production facilities, engineering center and electric laboratory. 1 year ago, our city water supply system was destroyed by the Russians, and the citizens were forced to live for 2 months without water. Nowadays, we have water, but it's still salted and only for technical usage. Electrim 2000 concluded a contract with a company from Denmark on efficiency improvement of 2 water pumping stations of municipal water supply utility. The project shows an opportunity for the European business to be a part of developing important infrastructural projects in Ukraine. It is for sure that the coming years will bring a need in a lot of reconstruction and constructions in Ukraine. At present, we are looking for the partners for construction of solar power plants on the roofs of the critical, important infrastructural enterprises. By participating in our project, you will help thousands of citizens to be energy independent, and you will get the reliable partner, Electrim 2000.
Okay, apologies. That was my mistake for getting the order wrong. Mykola, are you there?
Yeah,
hey.
I'm here.
Hey. Right. So, huge congratulations for surviving and keeping going through the most ridiculous situation. You mentioned there looking for partners in projects. Could you give an example in a little bit more specific details, briefly, of a project and how you would see a partner being in that project? How would a partnership and a project work for you?
Okay, so before I will say that Mykolaiv, our city, was in front of occupied territories for 6 months, and for that time it was really a lot of destructions in critical, important infrastructural enterprise, like the same as was example at the beginning of our video conference, as hospitals, as government places and buildings. So right now we have a lot of requests, and we're trying to find a partner who can invest in our projects, who can give us materials, and we will use and became a partner of this company from Europe. We will use his materials and show how it's good to use European sometimes materials, not only Ukrainians. So we trying to find a reliable partner who will help our city to be a little bit better after bombing, and we trying to find a reliable partner to help him in getting in another cities, to get into our city, to showing how good it can be to use his materials.
So quickly then, mostly a partner, a supplier of good equipment for you, which obviously you could then help introduce them to a wider set of customers as well, if I understand.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Well done again for keeping going. It's just crazy. Thanks a lot. Now,
thank you.
Moving on, we should have, in English pronunciation, so apologies, AGK. I'll get K, I guess, in German, but forgive me, that's probably also wrong. AGK.
Advanced Green Technologies, a team of highly skilled specialists from various industries led by Dr. Eduardo Patrick, a PhD in chemistry and professor. Our team is united by the idea of implementing green technologies in industry and daily life. Our company was founded in 2016 Blue Vision and is certified according to ISO 9001 standards. Our R&D processes have a certificate of compliance with the CE 16555 standard from the Düsseldorf. Our pharmaceutical polymer packaging production site has fully complied with the EPBD 2010 directive on energy efficiency. Unfortunately, our production facilities were completely destroyed as a result of Russia's military aggression in 2022. Currently, the company has relocated to the Lviv region and is actively rebuilding its production. The development of energy management in our production process aim to achieve a zero carbon footprint, maximize the use of renewable resources, and most importantly, make more effective use of solar energy by taking maximum care of nature and people. With the development of the company, the goal has given impetus to achieving zero thermal emissions based on existing solutions such as geothermal sources and active and passive modes, geothermal heat pumps of direct evaporation with COP 4.6, passive use of geothermal sources for summer cooling and winter heating, seasonal high-capacity accumulation of thermal and cold energy. The priority directions of our project include the production of infrared, heat radiation, and absorption panels, which will make it possible to easily retrofit existing solar panels into hybrids, increasing the efficiency of solar energy used by more than 3 times. Standard ceiling and wall-mounted local infrared heating powered by low temperature water coolant is another priority direction. To enable the scaling and commercialization of this project, we are looking for possible European stakeholders who sincerely share their ideas of green technologies and are willing to participate in the joint implementation of our proposals, such as polymer pipe manufacturers for heating systems, solar panel manufacturers, and research structures. To obtain more relevant data and quantitatively compare the increase in electricity generation efficiency by reducing the surface temperature of solar panels. Global trends and tendencies indicate enormous potential for modernizing existing solar power plants. The use of biopolymers within this project will add additional attractiveness in terms of absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere and obtaining products for long term, up to 50 years use. Our scientific and industry competencies allow us not only to generate proposals, but also to participate in joint production projects. We are open to cooperation in the joint implementation of projects aimed at caring for the environment and people.
Thank you. Alex, are you there? Oh, there you are. I see you now.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Hello,
yeah,
everyone.
So everybody in the Ukrainian team knows that Microsoft Teams and I have an ongoing battle, so I was fighting the microphone button then. So yeah, sound wasn't so wonderful for me on that, but that's probably Teams. I know, and if I could just take a second or two to tell the audience, when Alex and I first met online, he took me on a live video tour of their current offices and factories, and I saw firsthand some of the things that they've made. And don't forget, they are in a relocated situation, so I can guarantee that they've actually been incredibly innovative and resilient in creating things, given that they are in a new location. Alex, what would really be, I know you listed very clearly the things like the polymer pipes. On top of actual materials, what would be right now, or let's say next week, the best kind of partner or supplier for you if you were going to do a joint project?
The best partner for us is actually a producer of polymer pipes. From the one hand, but from another hand, we need to develop this project. We need to get some relevant data how to increase efficiency of the solar panels using our panel. It's easy to combine and decrease the temperature. So again, the best variant for us is a producer of polymer pipes, and we know how to produce this pipe from biopolymer, and this will allow us to create this panel with biopolymers without any copper, without everything. And modernize it will make possible to modernize every solar panel in Ukraine, in the world.
And just to be clear to everybody, from our earlier conversations, because of the company's past history of packaging and manufacture, that's why you've been able to evolve into these areas, if I understand correctly.
Yes, you understand correctly, but manufacturing of polymer packaging for pharmacy is only part of our point of view, so to say. What we're building an enterprise with zero carbon footprint and with zero heating emissions. Passive house, so to say. I know it exists in Germany, and based on this, we are trying to develop our zero carbon footprint.
Yeah.
And we are using heat pumps, we are using solar power plants and inverters. We are going to use wind power, and we are going to use heat accumulators to save energy. Yeah. And use these heat accumulators, for example, in winter for heating, and in summer for cooling of our heating panels and our equipment. And we are providing an Internet of Things for management of our energy efficiency, and that's why we decided to develop this panel, and that's why we are trying to move ahead and make the things
Yeah.
Easier for everyone and save energy and increase the productivity of.
Gotcha. Okay. We better wrap up there and move on. Okay. Thank you. And again, to everybody listening, Alex is there. You can message him now. We've all got their contact details as well. And as I said, I can testify, having had a video tour of where they are now, that they are really working hard and succeeding. So Alex, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the one I introduced earlier, so apologies, Tukir from the Kiev Social Services.
Tukir. When looking at your bills, I'm sure you have noticed one thing. No matter how much you have reduced your energy consumption, your bills have gone up. And judging by current policy, there is no betterment in sight. So, wouldn't you like to reduce your energy bills with environmentally friendly technology made in Ukraine? Well, Tukir is here to help. Tukir holds 17 unique patents to help you save energy and through that the environment and your hard-earned money. Take, for example, our Tri-Tech heating technology. It is made from modern materials like carbon and ceramics, and it saves 30 to 50% of the energy compared to market alternatives, all the while featuring simple manufacturing and an extraordinary longevity. We therefore offer a 30-year warranty. And it can be used for a variety of applications, from usage as kitchen stoves to underfloor heating or mobile radiators that will make you the darling of every cat. Furthermore, cost-effective production and high energy savings make amortization time very short. Even with Ukraine's formerly low energy prices of below 10 cents per kilowatt hour, return on investment reported by our existing clients was usually within 12 months. Now imagine what it would be like with your prices. But hold on a minute. A 30-year warranty, quick amortization, and such enormous energy savings, that certainly sounds too good to be true. Well, I assure you, our clients did not think so. Like the football club Dynamo Kiev, who uses our energy-saving solutions, or all of those other clients whom you can see on the screen. In fact, demand was higher than our capacity to produce. But then our factory got destroyed. So now we are looking to rebuild, of course. Rebuild our factory. Rebuild Ukraine, new and sustainably. And build new markets, making our technology available to the West. So everyone can benefit from saving electricity, water, gas. Remember, heating is but one of Tukir's patents. Tukir's job is saving you all kinds of energy and thereby hard-earned cash. That all sounds great. Where can I sign up and what can I actually sign up for? Well, firstly, of course, we are looking for an investment to rebuild our facilities at a new location. Once we have acquired the necessary machinery within 6 to 12 months, we can begin new production, meeting the pre-existing demand. And then we are looking for competent partners to help us expand into Western markets, bringing energy savings made in Ukraine to everyone. Sounds great? Well, here is how you can contact us.
Thanks. And Chris, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. So, a unbelievable sad story with the destruction of the factory. You've laid out very clear projection of what you're looking for and the timeline. I'm intrigued though, you mentioned one or two of your products, but you've got 17 patents. Quickly, one or two of the other products that you were either planning to make or even were making before that destruction, if you could.
Yes, of course. So one of our products that were already in production is a water-saving device that you can use for your regular taps or also for your shower. you replace it with our device, and without losing quality of the water stream, so the same pressure, the same everything, through air enrichment, we can save up to 50% of water. And that was Gen 1, which was already being produced in the old factory. However, before it was destroyed, we already developed the second generation, which is even more effective. And we are ready for production as soon as we can get the machinery, because the machinery got destroyed. But we still managed to save all the prototypes so that we could start production immediately after rebuilding. And also we have other technologies, like, for example, an insulating ceramic wool that returns radiating heat by 180 degrees and just sends it back, so that it not only insulates but also reflects heat.
And apart from the destruction of the factory, without going into too many detail, the majority or all of the company, the staff, are survived and are okay?
Yes, fortunately, we of course managed to evacuate on time. However, our factory was in Luhansk Oblast, and when the Russian aggression started, the factory, unfortunately, it didn't survive that.
You have a location for rebuilding a new one?
So currently we are based in Kiev. However, we can rebuild the factory wherever is comfortable for the investor. So if it's in Western Ukraine, we are flexible with that. We can imagine rebuilding it also in Europe. However, we would like to rebuild in Ukraine, first of all, because it's our home, and also because we will benefit from Ukrainian low costs in production, and also rebuilding Ukraine will be easier from Ukraine.
All clear. Okay. Thank you, Chris. And again, to everybody, whether you caught the email in the video, we've got all the contact details for you. And as I'm sure you are understanding, everybody is extremely open, accessible, and I can also testify, very easy to deal with, certainly at the level I've been dealing with them. So next, we move on to vacuum gravity.
European countries have put a lot of effort into the green transition. Still, an increase in capacity of solar and wind power plants leads to new challenges, such as lithium-containing batteries production, which is not green at all. In these circumstances, novel power generating technologies are needed. To do that, vacuum gravity energy team working to get electricity using atmospheric pressure. We have patented the method of vacuum atmospheric power amplification. You can see how our ad hoc hardware uses difference between atmospheric pressure and vacuum, converting it into mechanical energy and eventually into electricity. We are targeting capacity in 10-100 kilowatt range. Generators of this type will work around the clock regardless of the weather and location. It is a real challenge. Still, with teams that numbers 3 PhD and 2 laureate of State Award in Science and Technology of Ukraine, we are really able to reach our objectives. To refine energy conversion cycle, we are using expertise available at the research institutes of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. In 2022, our startup successfully passed following acceleration programs. We became national finalists of the UNIDA program and obtained modest grants for development. Our present status is at TRL 4. We are looking for different funding to accomplish the creating and testing MVP stage in 2024. We are looking for manufacturers, technical universities, industrial parks as possible partners or suppliers in the frame of future joint projects. If you are interested in this novel technology, please save our contacts. Let's contribute together into sustainable development for the better future.
Thanks. And Vera, I saw you there earlier. Hi. So you have something super interesting, and me being not super technical, that looks fascinating and wonderful. You have some patents you mentioned. Which geographical areas will the patents cover you for at the moment?
Hello, thank you for the question. We have a patent in Ukraine, in the USA, and in China. In China, we have patent just only for the protection our IP.
Very logical place to try and get to protection for. Tell me now, where are you now? You have one basic prototype. You need to develop the prototype. Can you tell me kind of where you are exactly, and then what you will need in terms of money or investment or support to develop to the next level that you need to get to?
Okay, actually we have only ad hoc hardware, and we need grants for create prototype. It is really nearly 1 million euro to R&D creation and testing prototype.
Okay, and your team, you are, and I know you are happy to admit this, you are more of a startup than most of the other teams, but also I think you mentioned in the video, you've got many, many years experience between you all as well. So with all respect to younger people, I was with 70 of them over the weekend. You have got the years experience in order to take this and develop this, I'm sure.
Thank you. Yeah. Our team is combined from different people. It's a scientist, it's a business, it's a young man, and old man with science experience.
And for those watching who may not be too familiar with some of the programs and the awards that Vera and Vacuum have won, I've worked with many of them. They are very good quality programs that they've come through as well. You don't get into some of those programs if you don't know what you're doing. So again, if you want to get in really early stage, this is the opportunity in a really good new technology. So Vera, thank you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Dear David, I'm sorry, but we are a little bit out of time, so we should be as fast as we can. Okay. And I propose to be a little bit faster, just to give opportunity to everybody to show the video.
Okay. All right. Next video we have center installation energy. Okay, so as Luisa said, we are running a little bit late. So Ludmila, are you there? And you'll have to be super fast with a question. Ideally, similar question to the others. What do you need most first? And please be quick. Apologies.
Thank you for the question. Good day, guten Tag, Slava Ukraini. So to be fast, so to have hands-on business opportunities from the decentralized renewable energy, we need partners, of course. Firstly, so to sources in construction to renewable energy in our region, as it is vitally necessary. And the company ranges from the construction of solar station to design and optimization of the energy costs, as well as the production and creation of new products that contain solar energy and elements. I wanted to be really fast. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And again, I've seen a lot of their team. It's a big company. Their video was pretty informative as well, but again, very well worth contacting. All right, we're moving swiftly along, and now we come to another company that actually is not necessarily in the energy business, but is in the manufacturing business. So let's go over to the video from Park Audio.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalia Tereshchuk and I'm Chief Marketing Officer at Park Audio. Today, all of you are watching the presentations from your own device, which are previously manufactured. For sure, any manufacturing of any type of product requires sustainable supply, especially energy supply. We have already experimented with solar panels and even managed to install some of them to our manufacturing facilities on the previous year. But to provide sustainable energy, we require considerable more amount of solar panels and battery storages. We are searching for the suppliers from the European Union because some local suppliers are facing the same problems and challenges that we do. So, if you are the supplier of solar panels, please contact us. The sustainable solar energy will help us to develop our business and grow Ukrainian economy. Now, I will tell you who are Park Audio.
Thanks. Natalia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, hi. Very impressive company, very impressive products. Just briefly, very important thing for potential customers and suppliers to know. Where are you now? Where are you based physically in Ukraine?
Our company is physically based in the center of Ukraine, which is more or less safe place, if it's possible to say, in the current situation. but since the full-scale invasion started, our company did not stop working, but we had to change the market, and we still are operating in the full scale of manufacture, but at the moment we export our goods and our products to the other countries.
But useful exchange money for the country and especially income for you guys, so you can be a very safe, not just located, but a safe partner to supply to as well. But no, I'm intrigued now. I want to go out and buy one of the amplifiers. They look fantastic. Thank you again. And just to repeat to everybody, all the information, they're very, very happy, everybody, all the teams, to speak to all of you. That's why they're here, and that's why they've done the hard work the last 10 days. So we just have one more video to run, Natalia, thank you. STEM Solar, please.
Ukraine's introduction to ENTSO-E system opened new European markets and gave impetus to accelerated development of distributed renewable and storage energy projects. The government understands it and continues to increase the number of programs that support green energy. STEM Solar is a group of energy professionals with over 10 years of hands-on experience in EPC contracting for alternative energy projects. Based in the most comfortable city in Western Ukraine, Ivano-Frankivsk, we employ a team of 24 qualified and motivated professionals ready to provide best turnkey solutions for our client. We personally identify and analyze the most effective project locations, conduct energy grid audits and feasibility studies, complete project construction, operation, and maintenance. Our current project portfolio includes 23 megawatt in operation and over 100 megawatt in development, including energy storage, solar, and wind. STEM Solar's biggest asset is our people. The company's average employee age is 29 years. Our location, mentality, excellent personal and professional relationships with regional players such as grid operators, banks, and local communities, combined with client-driven approach, gives us a competitive edge over our respective colleagues. We will not rest until our client is satisfied. We use a relatively small company size to our advantage and custom-tailor technical and other solutions to our clients' needs. STEM Solar knows how to handle investors' money most effectively. During our work, we have successfully raised 19 million euros as EPC contractor. Our financial partners are Ukrgazbank and Ощадbank, Ukraine's top green banks. Our goal is to find a reliable strategic partner who will bring in financing and equipment not only for our solar, but also green hydrogen and energy storage projects. We invite you to be at the forefront of Ukraine's post-war development, where alternative energy is set to play a key role. Together, we will finally end our false energy dependence and enter a progressive future as trusted partners in the European Union.
Thanks a lot. Now we're going to go to Yuri, I believe. If you can put your can you put your microphone live?
Oh, sorry for
no problem, no problem. So final person, final team, super quick question. Hydrogen, how do you see that developing in Ukraine?
Oh, Ukraine has a powerful gas transformation system, the largest underground storage in Europe, facilities in Europe, and rapid growth of the production of renewable energy. This all complete gives opportunities become Ukraine big. This all have opportunities to give us most energy storage supplier from Europe.
Good. Okay. We do have to be brief, so thank you, but also useful to see another face from the company as well. Yuri, thank you. That's my part over. Apologies if we ran a little bit late. I really wanted to make sure everybody got the opportunity to say something, and for you visitors, audience, to get to know a little bit about some of the people behind all the projects. And again, my final word, they've worked really hard, and as you can understand, in often very difficult circumstances. So I've enjoyed working with you all, and I'll hand back now to Louisa.
Thank you, David. Thanks a lot to all Ukrainian participants for the hard work done and great videos. I wish you all to find partners and realize everything planned. Thank you very much for your job. Thank you, David, for moderating, for helping in preparation of this video. Everything was done very nice in a good way, and now we are waiting for further communication with the German partners, which are listening now, Ukrainian participants, and hope to communicate more closely after this event. And we are a little bit out of time, but with a big pleasure, I would like to invite Ms. Corina Peters, who is an expert in informational and communications technology, digitalization. She joined the agency team in September 2022 and advises companies on the funding and financing instruments of the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development. Thank you, Ms. Corina, that you are with us. And Ms. Corina has a presentation with a short overview of relevant funding and financial instruments for doing business in Ukraine. The floor is yours, Ms. Corina.
Thank you very much. And I also try to make it pretty brief so we can all enjoy a good meal after that. So good morning. As you already heard, my name is Corinna, and I'm really pleased to introduce to you our Agency for Business and Economic Development, short AWE. First of all, thank you very much for all of these great presentations that we just saw, all of these very interesting opportunities and the possibility to make this matchmaking today. So briefly about the AWE, we are specialized in advising business and associations in financing and support for projects with always a focus on development cooperation. So we are funded by the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development and implemented by GIZ and DEG, allowing us to combine the technical and financial expertise to provide a one-stop shop for all of our clients. So, next slide is we offer personalized advice. This is always the most important on business and associations on different topics. I can give you a short overview. Our topics are typically the promotional programs, funding, finance, business, and human rights, but we also advise on international tenders and worldwide networks. We also have the help desk for human rights that provide guidance on the due diligence related to social, environmental, and humanistic standards under the Supply Chain Due Diligence Act. As you already probably saw in the little links, one of the links you will send around the PowerPoint so you can click on everything and get an overview. One link is in German. This is not missing translation, but we are restructuring the funding database at the moment. This is why it's only available in German, but it will be hopefully launched shortly in English. But maybe you can try the automatic translation on your browser. We are working on that. But today, however, we want to mainly focus on our info desk for Ukraine and Eastern Partnership, which we launched in May 2022. So I brought, you can find the website under our category advisory. You will get all the links, all the details. And if the page looked like this, the little mock-up, then you are on the correct page. Also, this page is just under reconstruction. My social media manager told me it was just relaunched, I think 10 minutes ago. So I hope everything works. But it might be the case that you find some parts of it only in German. Also working on this, it will follow shortly. So the info desk is an individual consulting service provided by AWE that's continuously expanded, like you see, to provide the best possible overview of support for interested German and EU-based business, definitely who want to engage in the Ukraine. In addition to the individual and occasion-based advice, the info desk also tries to consolidate the information of development cooperation and foreign trade promotion offers to provide an overview of support for German and EU companies looking to engage in development cooperation. To get an overview, currently we offer relevant contacts, some tenders, an overview of important sectors, definitely also energy, business cooperation, promotion and finance, as well as a small overview of possible direct support from aid organization as an introductory reading to the subject. For further questions, our experts are always happy to assist you. So another small image how it looks like at the moment for the better imagination. You can find these overviews on most important industry. Maybe it's a little bit small, but you can see energy is included. This is intended to serve as a low-level introduction to familiarize oneself with the subject. For further questions, especially regarding financing and support, our experts are always available to assist you. You can find all the contact details, like you can see on our website. Don't hesitate to write us an email or make a call or whatever you like to as a communication channel. We're always happy to find the right cooperation form for you. And here. But due to the unique situation in Ukraine, there's, well, like you can imagine, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to support on finance for relevant projects. So the corresponding projects must always be assessed and reviewed individually to enable sustainable investments. In addition to leverage, which you already heard of today, there are also different possibilities to make connections and network. And of particular interest today is the brand new Ukraine platform launch of the German federal government. I can just send the link into the chat, which is taking place like literally right now. I will change after this event. And we are particularly pleased that the platform that I just presented to you will also be linked there. So we always try to match all this information. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your interest in our work, and we look forward to hear from you and advancing this vision together. For more information, contact us. Please visit the website. You can find the QR code, send an email, make a phone call, whatever you like. We're always happy to help you find the right partners to enable our shared vision of a sustainable and green transformation while rebuilding the Ukraine together. Thank you.
Thank you, Corina. Thank you very much for work you are doing. It's very important now for Ukraine, and we are grateful from all our team and from all Ukraine for your job. Thank you very much. It is the end of our event. I sincerely thank all participants and speakers for your active participation in Renewable Energy Matchmaking event. I would like to personally thank each of you for your active participation in discussion, suggestions, and comments. We express our special gratitude to Mr. David Trayford, my partner in crime, for his very important work with the Ukrainian companies and assistance in preparing videos. All links to videos, presentation of the speakers and companies, as well as a recording of this event, will be sent within a few days to your emails to all registered participants. All company profiles will be published on Leverage Day. Soon you can find them there. We hope that our event will be a milestone for you, a place for meeting with potential clients and partners, which provided an opportunity to communicate with each other and share experience and get acquainted with the possibilities of bilateral cooperation. We sincerely thank the whole team for their important contribution to development of this initiative. Only with the joint efforts of all of us, we will be able to overcome the difficulties. We wish you success in your activities and peaceful skies for all of us. Thank you very much for attention, and thank you very much for this event and for staying with us.
Thank you very much.